Hey, my beautiful friend, this is Emmanuel, and it's such an honor for me to connect with your beautiful energy in this way. Our session for today is all about mastering the art of manifestation. We are manifesting every second of the day. However, with a little refinement, it becomes much easier to manifest more of the things that we actually want in our lives instead of the things that we don't. In today's session, we will understand the difference between conscious manifesting and future casting, transcending and moving past one of the main patterns that has been holding so many of us back from manifesting more of the things we desire to experience in our lives. And we will also receive one of the most important ingredients to consciously manifesting more of our desired experiences. The healing technology we will use during our session is the core work method. The core work method allows us to use applied quantum physics in a way that helps us release the mental and physical patterns and blocks we've outgrown and then align with more of the expansive ways of showing up in our lives, which leads to the miraculous transformation we desire. And so, my beautiful friend, do I have your permission to connect with your energy? If so, just say yes out loud. Let's begin by asking our I Am Presence to give us the highest wisdom, understanding, and knowledge of what it means to be a conscious and aware manifester. Can we have that universal higher perspective of that now and allow our mind, the subconscious and the conscious parts of the mind, to easily digest, receive, and understand this awareness? If you want that, say yes. Can we also have the I Am Presence show us the highest wisdom, understanding, and knowledge of what it means to manifest, what that means from the universal perspective? If you want that, say yes. To manifest simply means to create, and really when we are creating, we are acknowledging and expanding into more of ourself. Because we are universal beings. We are the universe itself. We are the micro of the macro that is here to experience more of itself, and through that, it expands. So manifesting is happening no matter what. And when we are aware of it, we align with more of the things that we desire, that we like to create more of. Even if we're creating things in our lives that are not feeling good to us, we're still manifesting. It's just, are we choosing to allow ourselves to be conscious of what it is that we create? So any parts of us that were unconscious or unaware of manifesting in a way that feels good to us, in a way that feels expansive to us, can we have the I Am Presence within us show us all the lessons we were meant to learn from those experiences so we don't have to keep repeating those patterns? If you want that, say yes. Can we have our I Am Presence show us that manifesting deliberately, consciously can be very easy, simply with a shift in perspective? And can we show us how to allow our mind to receive this shift in perspective so that we can align with our desired manifestations? If you want that, say yes. So one of the things that holds people back in this area is the idea that, well, if I am creating my life, therefore I have to become responsible for everything in my life. And a lot of times our spirit allows ourselves to always be responsible. However, the mind sometimes doesn't want to be responsible because with responsibility, it thinks or believes that it has to be something other than it is. If we allow ourselves to fully honor the parts of the mind that just don't want to be responsible, then we can create space for ourselves so that we can, when we're ready, allow the mind to recognize the value and see the blessings and understand the benefit of being responsible for ourselves, our thoughts, our feelings. And to be responsible simply means to love and to honor and to have compassion for, without needing to judge, without needing to place blame or giving our power away. It's really about self-empowerment. So any parts of us that are unwilling or not knowing how to be fully responsible for creating our life, can we show us all the lessons from those patterns? Can we also extend this awareness, this download for our ancestors? If you want that, say yes. Any other resistance that we have to taking full responsibility for the knowing, for the fact that we are creating our life, can we go ahead and offer a healing so that all of that resistance can lovingly be honored, appreciated, and then resolved in the highest and best way for each of us? If you agree, please affirm out loud, and so it is. One other aspect specifically that we often get confused with conscious manifesting, and we're not even aware of it consciously, it's kind of like a subconscious program that we have, is the idea of future casting. Future casting is when the mind wants something but is unable to see it in the now. It is very future oriented. It's always just an arm's length away. So what happens is when we start focusing on the specifics of things that we want, or when we start wishing and hoping, anything of that nature, which the mind usually does as a form of protecting itself, well, let me hope and wish. If I'm not 100% sure of knowing that it's going to happen, then at least I can have this soft cushion to land on so that I'm not disappointed when it doesn't happen. What that does is, again, it keeps things future oriented. It's very future, and we are excited about the future, but if we are always projecting into the future, we're never going to fully receive the now. So how do we anchor ourselves in the now? There's a lot of ways. We know many of them. Meditation, getting into our five senses, those are just a few. However, let's show our mind, our subconscious and conscious mind, the difference between future casting and conscious manifestation. Can we show us the difference now? If you want that, say yes. Any parts of us that have been future casting as a result of protecting ourselves, creating a barrier for ourselves so that we don't get disappointed, can we show us all the lessons from all of those timelines, those patterns of choosing to future cast, and then show us how to honor and love all those parts of ourselves that chose that, so we can create space between ourselves and the experience of future casting so that we don't always have to choose that. We can actually have other options to choose from. If you want that, say yes. And so again, future casting is very linear time oriented. It's very past and future oriented. The now is very non-linear. It's very eternal. When you are in the now, you are eternal. You are free. You are at your most powerful. So can we have the I am presence within each of us show us the value and importance of aligning with the present first and seeing how important that is, making that the first step to our choosing to manifest consciously? Can we go ahead and do that now? If you want that, say yes. Any stories that the mind is creating simply to protect itself, saying that it cannot or doesn't know how to, or whatever stories that it comes up with around not fully aligning with the present, can we honor all of those stories, love them, thank them, and let them know that we hear them and we honor them? Can we do that now? Can we have our I am presence show us what it feels like to have space between us and the stories the mind creates simply to protect itself, especially when it comes to manifestation? Any vows, obligations, oaths, contracts that you have made with people, places, and experiences, past lifetimes, this lifetime, with ancestors, that kept you from fully aligning with the present moment and being able to fully manifest intentionally? Can we go ahead and show you all the lessons from all of those vows, and then can we do a sweeping clearing and transformation of those energies into higher realms of existence, so that those unhealthy attachments and vows, etc., can be transformed into positive connections and bonds? If you want that, say yes. Can we show your mind that this is possible, that it doesn't have to control any of it, that it's natural to you? If you want that, say yes. Can we show the mind how to honor the past and the future without needing to attach to those patterns and to those experiences? If you want that, say yes. Manifesting consciously doesn't mean we don't have to honor and reflect on and love and think about the past or reflect on our future. However, it does mean that when we are actually choosing to intentionally create something, we lovingly honor all of the past, all of the future, but we don't attach ourselves to them. We simply honor them, and then we come back into the present where we are here and now. We do that through meditation, through gratitude, through moving our body, through listening to music that's very healing. We do it through getting into our five senses, smelling a flower, looking at a sunrise or a sunset. These are confirmations. When we are fully in those experiences, when we are paying attention to them, it means we are here and now. All that's asked of us to consciously manifest in a way that is deliberate, in a way that's intentional, is to first align with the present moment. And by doing so, we no longer need to future cast. We no longer need to keep recreating the past. We actually now are able to start from 0 point energy. 0 point energy is that source energy. Would you like to know what it feels like to connect with this part of you, this source energy, this 0 point field? If you want that, say yes. And so any other aspects of ourselves that are still choosing to future cast for any reason, can we show us all the lessons we were meant to learn from those patterns now, and show us other options that may be more in alignment with us getting closer or being in line with our greatest vision? If you want that, say yes. Can we have the I Am presence within each of us show us what it means to manifest consciously, intentionally, deliberately? Can we show us what it means to do that, and how to align with being able to do that in the highest and best way for each of us? If you want that, say yes. So with that said, my beautiful friend, I love you so much. I hope you feel that. I hope you know that. And I wish you a beautiful rest of the day. Talk to you soon.